Welcome to the highly anticipated race weekend of the 2023 Porsche Supercup season. The atmosphere at the Dutch Grand Prix was outstandingly good again, thanks to the omnipresent Orange Army, who celebrated their home race like no other. Our drivers have taken part in rounds 6 and 7 at the circuit of Zandvoort. It has an impact on the schedule and especially the drivers' approach to the weekend.
Qualifying at Zandvoort will be a unique situation in that the drivers are looking to set not one but two fastest lap times. Their overall fastest lap time will be used to determine their starting position on the grid for round 6 on Saturday, whilst their second fastest lap time will be used to set the grid for round 7 on Sunday.
During practice on early Friday evening, our drivers started to get used to the steep curves of Zandvoort. After a collision with the barriers by Karas Mini and a subsequent red flag, the session was back on track. Harry King set the fastest practice lap just before the end of the session with the overall best second and third sectors, ahead of Maurice Schuring and Larry ten Voorde. Saturday's qualifying was more dynamic than usual. The session took place under heavy rain showers. Despite the conditions, there were no big accidents, so there was enough time to deliver not one, but two fast laps. Double Dutch delight as both pole setters were local drivers. Maurice Schuring secured pole position for round 6, giving his team Fach Autotech a great prospect for their 100th anniversary race in the Porsche Supercup. Right behind on P2 for round 6 and even on pole position for round 7, Luke Hartog achieved an impressive overall result in qualifying. With the championship contenders right behind them in both races, it was a perfect foundation for an exciting doubleheader. The 6th round of the Porsche Supercup started into the sunny afternoon on the same day. Maurice Schuring had a good start and defended his leading position. But Luke Hartog was breathing down his neck, which was due also to the fact that the safety car had to be called out twice in a row when Jukka Honkafori spun and Lucas van Eindhoven got stuck shortly afterwards. Harry King did not have a good day either. First, he lost places due to an intense duel with teammate Bastian Boos. And then his car suffered damage due to a collision with Dorian Boccolacci, which took all the momentum out of his race. King even had to retire after another incident with Benjamin Pack in turn 1. On the penultimate lap, ten Voorde locked up and pushed his teammate Hartog into turn 11. Unfortunately, he had to abandon his last attempt to overtake as yellow flags prevented him from doing so. Hence, Schuring led a flawless lights-to-flag victory to the delight of his Fach Autotech team and their 3rd win of the season. Hartog claimed his first Supercup podium, while ten Voorde completed the first all-Dutch podium in the history of the Porsche Mobil 1 Supercup. On top of that, Schuring became the first ever Dutch winner at Zandvoort, a race result to remember.
It just feels really cool to have 3 Dutch drivers on the podium. I mean, I know Larry and Luke really well and I'm really happy to share it with them. Yeah, it just also feels simply incredible to win race 100 of Fach Autotech in the Porsche Supercup. This is just a cherry on the cake.
The rookie podium was formed by Alessandro Gueretti, Huub van Eindhoven and Keegan Masters. However, the weekend was far from over. Round 7, as the final race of this doubleheader, started at midday on Sunday. Luke Hartog made a great start and extended his lead, while Boos and ten Voorde fought relentlessly for P2. The first half of the race was characterized by individual mistakes, which led to the safety car being brought out twice. Until then, the title contenders had played it safe to finish the race. Moose was breathing down the leader's neck, but Hot Dog offered little space for overtaking. Instead, yesterday's race winner Maurice Schuring remarkably overtook Harry King and moved up to P4 in the end. Luke Hartog controlled the pace and held his nerve to claim his first victory in the Porsche Mobil 1 Supercup, becoming the second Dutchman to do so at Zandvoort this weekend.
I feel absolutely ecstatic. I dreamt of a Supercup victory for more than 6 years now, and then to do it as well on the Sunday on my home race, it's something, in a magic story or a fairy tale for me. Basti really made me fight for it, and that's the way I like it. I know this place inside out, and that really played a benefiting factor for me.
In the rookie classification, Alessandro Gueretti won again, ahead of Keegan Masters and Harry Jones. The race results postponed the title decision for all classifications until our final race in Monza next weekend. However, the standings are already very clearly defined.
Alessandro Gueretti, with a double win here, is in a very good position to seal the championship in Monza. He has shown over the entire season a very strong performance. As long as he's crossing the lines, I'm quite sure he will make it in Monza.
BWT Lechner is in the lead in the overall and team classification, so they have it in their own hands to bring home the two titles again.
Bastian is going with a 21-point lead to the last race. Larry Tenforde theoretically has a chance, if he wins the race, to become champion if Bastian would be below P11. The safest place and the aim for qualifying is to be on pole position. We are aiming for P1, not for P11. And then in the race, of course, he has to play smart.
Join us when we celebrate the 2023 champions of the Porsche Mobil 1 Supercup at the Italian Grand Prix next weekend.